All right, what's up? Sorry, the cold lingers on. So, but back at it here, Borderlands. I'm like super white for some reason. I don't know. I gotta adjust this camera again. But yeah. So I just did some shift codes. I don't think I got all the shift codes because they were saying they were putting one out a day or whatever. But I don't think I really need them anyways. I'm not gonna go hunt them down. Okay. So, what even was I doing? Oh yeah, I was still doing this mission.
Can't even say Merry Mercenary Day anymore.
Um,
Under no circumstances should you spread mercenary religion. It is to be hoarded and gifted to the times.
Yesterday, I did all right. I had to work at my day job. I had to go drive the truck because of Christmas, so I didn't get to stream. And then I had two jobs that came up right after work. So I went and did that. And then I had a guy who texted me that I sold his mom. His mom texted me and wanted to get him machines, and so I sold him these machines. But the way it worked out, she was like kind of hard to communicate with, I'll say. And and she, like, anyways, he didn't have hoses because he didn't have machines. So I told her, I'm like, I don't have any hoses. I'm like, can he go get hoses? And she's like confused about what he needed for hoses. And I'm like, well, they're just washing machine hoses. I mean, this dude's like definitely at least in his 30s. So the mom's got to be in her like 50s, right? You would think. I mean, how do you like go through life and not know what washing machine hoses are? You know what I mean? It's like at no point you had an issue with your washing machine, and like so I'm like, the hoses that you hook them up to the wall or whatever. And she's like, well, can you send me pictures of it? Or an Amazon listing or something so I can order them for him. And I'm like, you can't just, like, why don't you just send him to Lowe's? I'm like, they're like $20, right? Because that's what they used to be. So I'm like, you know what? Like, it's not that big a deal. It's only $20. I told her, I'm like, since you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm like, I'll just go get them on my way to deliver these things, right? So I go to Lowe's, and they're not $20 anymore. Now they're $40. I'm like, what the, So basically, I made no money on the deal. I delivered it. I delivered two machines, really cheap, like as cheap as I would do one machine. Like, I did one machine yesterday, and for more money than I did these two machines. Okay, so and the reason I'm saying all that, and that's just the way it went down. It is what it is. There's lots of jobs I'm doing right now for really cheap because I'm trying to just gather customers. You know what I mean? How do I get up there? So anyways, so I did that, right? It's not a big deal. So, well, the reason I'm telling you that is because I'm not going to like warranty these machines now, because they got a really good deal on them. So basically I told the dude, I was like, so he texted me yesterday and he's like, the dryer died. Can you come fix it, or how much to come fix it? And so I told him, I'm like, well, if this was any other situation, I probably would have just gone over there and been like, well, let's see what's wrong with it. If it's pretty easy, cheap, quick fix, no big deal, I'll just fix it and not charge him. But since they already got such a good deal on it, I'm like, how can I not charge again? You know, I already didn't charge you for the first time. You know, I mean, from my perspective, I didn't make any money on the deal the first time. It's like, so I'm basically like, well, what do I do? So I told him half price. That's what I told him. I'm like, look, all right, you know, since I just barely sold you these, because they don't know what I'm making or what I'm not making, right? So, like, I did tell him when I was there installing it, I was like, you guys are getting a really good deal. Because of the cost of the hoses, I was like, I should have, and not only that, I really should have just upped the whole thing. But, you know, I said, you know, that's not how I do it. That's not how I do business. It's like if I told her one price, that's the price that she's getting. You know what I mean? It's like, that's what we're doing. So that's what I did. So got these presents over here, but how do I get back up over there where I was? Is there more stuff over here? So anyways, yeah, look, this is like another area. So it's like a secret area. So, but then he never texts me back. Maybe it started working again on him. I don't know. I'm going to text him again today. I'm going to be going up near his place, or I'm going to try to anyways, because I think my sister's boyfriend, I don't know if it's her boyfriend. I'm assuming it's her boyfriend. He's came to a couple holidays now, so, you know, but I didn't ask. Anyways, that dude needs a dishwasher, and there's a dishwasher sort of near the guy's house that his dryer broke, so I'm going to go see. I'm going to text him again and maybe call him and start bugging him and being like, hey, man, just let me come look at it at least. I mean, I'll be in the area. At least do a diagnosis if it's something pretty easy, you know, just $50. It's not that bad, right? But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not. You know, what's funny too is that like 2 weeks before I sold these machines to this guy and his mom, I sold a dryer to his neighbor, like right across the street. Been having that happen lately. Even yesterday, I was up a street that I swear I've been up recently. Just remembered the name of it for another customer, but 'cause it's like I'm just out and doing all these machines or whatever, you know. Okay, how do I translate this area to that area up there? It's basically I can see stuff up there. I know there's some way to get up there. What is it? You know what I mean? Anyways, but it's like I gotta stop working for free. You know, I get it. It sucks that I sold this thing to him like a month and a half ago and it's already broken. But these are used machines. Even if I did like the standard 30-day warranty that like all of the sort of appliance swap out stores do, you know, appliance exchange stores, a lot of them that I've talked to and, you know, or have noticed around, that's what they end up doing. Can I like drop this thing somehow and shoot it? I feel like it's on like a crane. A lot of them do 30-day warranties. He would have been outside of that too, so you know, it is what it is. It's like I can't just, I gotta stop working for free. I need to, you know, get paid too. It's like, let's see, okay. I don't know how do I get up there? Is there some sort of switch around here to drop that thing? mean, I don't know what I get if I get it, but you know, look, there's one up there too. Anyway, so I mean, hopefully maybe he'll text me back today. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he didn't see my message. You know what I mean? Maybe sometimes that happens. But I'll text him and see what's going on. But I'm not gonna feel bad about it. It's like, I don't know. You know, sometimes these machines just break. It's like they're old. It's just the way it is. Sometimes they need more work. So I always do at least a 24-hour warranty. Sometimes on them I'll do a month warranty. There's like certain machines, like I just sold one to a guy that basically I like Frankensteined an old one and a new one together. And so I did a 30-day warranty on that one because it's like uncharted territory. I mean, nobody has done this that I've seen. I'll put a video out on that eventually, but it's like, and I mean nobody, like, because basically what I did was I took I had a new machine. It's like 2 years old, and I took an old machine, like, I don't know, 5 or 10 years old, and I put them together. I'm giving up on those presents, I guess, because I don't see how I'm supposed to get up there. Like, is that on a track? Anyways, so and like I tried to plug in just because the circuit board was bad on the new machine. That's what happens to these things. They put the pressure transducers on the circuit board, and the pressure transducers go bad from time to time. It's just a normal sort of thing. Well, now it's on the circuit board. So now when it goes bad, the circuit board just thinks the tub is full of water because the pressure transducer isn't reading right. And so you turn the thing on, and it just turns the pump on. It's trying to drain the water out of the tub, the non-existent water that isn't there, because it can't read. So now the circuit board's bad because of a little cheap issue, And the thing is like, I thought about just getting a pressure transducer. I'm sure I could find one and just, like, solder it onto the board. That's like the new version of the dryer relays. I'm probably going to end up doing that at some point. But then this machine came in with totally jacked up, like, tub. Because this dude had like, I don't know if there was an actual issue with the tub, but he thought there was for some reason, and he had just like, he tried to take the wash plate out, and he destroyed the wash plate because it wouldn't come out. Sometimes they don't come out. You gotta like, there's secrets. Well, he broke the wash plate, and I'm like, well, the only reason I went and got the machine because I was like, well, I think I could use a circuit board, and then it wasn't the same circuit board, and I'm like, all they did was change the harness. Like, everything else is the same. It uses the same motor. It uses the same. All of the components down below are all the same. Same motor, same transmission switch, same everything. But the difference is the old machine was like an inch deeper. The old machine's tub was bigger. But I'm like, none of that matters to the motor. The motor's the same motor. It's all the same crap. Like, but for some reason on the new one, they put a new wiring harness on it. And so the plugs are different. And so I got the new wiring harness too. And I got the old wiring harness. So it's the old wiring harness, the old circuit board. But the plugs are the same on the bottom because it's the same motor. All the plugs are the same on the bottom. Same, what's it called? Speed sensor. Same pump. Same drain pump. Same speed sensor. Same motor. I'm like, come on, you guys. Like, really? That's what we're doing here. Like there's stuff up there too. Like what the crap are they doing to me? Why can't I get up there? There's stuff up there. And I can't get up there. I swear, there's gotta be a way. I mean, I already got up here, right? And that wasn't it. It's easy to get up here. So how do I get up there? I can't get up there from here. See, look, there's more stuff up there. Like, there's no way I'm supposed to continue and come back. Right? Like, is there like... There's no way to get there from here. Yeah, so anyways. So I sold that, but I'm like, I'm going to do a month warranty on this because who knows. But, I mean, I'm sure it worked fine. I tested it a bunch and it worked great. So that dude got a cheap, good washer. And then that was interesting too because that guy was actually like going to rent them. And so, you know, I told him to save my number and to come with me with questions or whatever, or more machines even. What is that? Is that a hidden thing? Probably not. It's just a... It's not. It's just a thing. Well, I don't know what to do about this. I guess I could Google it. There's probably already somebody who's figured out how to get up there. 'Cause there's lots of people that are way ahead in this game than me, I'm sure. Probably already beat it. I just don't have the time. Sit here and run around forever. What's in here? Did I go in here already? I don't think I did. Yeah, though, I don't know. And then I sold this other one yesterday that hopefully that one ends up good. I've sold that dryer 3 times. So I sold it the first time and her like washing machine and dryer was basically in her living room. Which is interesting. It's not like it's, you know, it's a nice house. I mean, I'm sure there's other places that it could be. It was a big enough house. It's probably like at least 2,000 square feet. It's not like it was, you know, you see these small houses and sometimes they, you know, townhouses and like duplexes, you know, or condos, they're like in the kitchen, which I get that. You got all the plumbing there already, you know, so it makes sense. But 2,000 square foot house, it's like, why is this in the kitchen, or why is it in your living room? But you know, the problem she had with it was the dryer buzzed really loud. So I was like, well, I get it. So she's like, it takes forever to dry clothes. And I'm like, well, what I figured out with her was that her thing was clogged. So I'm like, well, your thing's clogged. I think that was that one. I don't know. I'll find out, I guess, if this guy doesn't like it. I'll bring him another one and try to figure out why it takes so long to dry clothes. But I don't know. It worked fine here, so I don't know. I think I even put on that video that it takes forever to dry clothes, and I couldn't figure out why. Maybe it has another issue that I don't know about. I don't know. Well, it's at the dude's house now, so. See, look. Okay. Do I get something for doing those things? Because there's some up there that I can't get. I think it's up in here. I think that's the way that I came, but I'm supposed to be going that way. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that her vent tube was clogged because she had issues with the. Once she put it on sensor dry, she said it worked fine. But when she was putting it on time dry, she said she had to run it twice. But I'm like, I think your vent tube's clogged. And then we go over there, and it was clogged. I sucked a lot of lint out of it. I mean, it might have been a partial clog, but I think I got her figured out with another machine. If this happens to this dude, then I'm just gonna bring him another machine. I know he wants a simple machine, so I'll just bring him an old Whirlpool. They're better anyways than the GEs. I don't know why people like those GEs. It's like I should just like keep that dryer because it gets a lot of action. Like people like to buy that dryer, but it's not good. It's not a good design, you know. Like I mean, I think I've done everything I can with it. GE just does not make a good dryer. I mean, it's just it is what it is. They they have a plastic bearing housing. So when the glides wear out, the actual thing that is the bearing, there's nothing to notify you that they're worn out. Like how your brakes on your car, they wear out. And then they start making a squeaking noise. Well, that's because they put a little piece of bent metal in there to squeak. Right? And so that's what they do. So then they squeak and then you get them changed. And then they don't like wear out the rotor or whatever, right? Well, that's what's supposed to happen here, but that's what should happen, but there's nothing to notify you. There's no squeaker. There's no like. So what it does is it just continues down past the glides. Well, what's below the glides? A plastic bearing housing. Plastic. I don't know what you would call it. Plastic. It's just more plastic. So the thing just keeps wearing through the plastic. Well, then what happens is your clothes start getting stuck in the drum as it's spinning. And, what is that? Can I tear that off the wall? No, it won't let me. So, I feel like I should be able to get on that thing, but I just can't quite get it. Almost. So what happens is, can I like grab something and throw it up there and stand on it? So anyways, what happens is then they throw it away or get a new dryer, but you can put new bearings in these things and go again. But it's just like, I don't know how they, it's just not a good design. I mean, it does have a timer and not a circuit board, so that's a positive. I can't stand on this thing, right, to jump over there. Like, I can tell I'm supposed to be able to get up there somehow. I just don't know how. Like, there's gotta be a way. And it's like, why would they put this right here? Like, it's just barely out of reach, I don't know. I guess I should Google it instead of just wandering around forever. So close. Like even this, they put this here, but I just can't get high enough. Yeah. So on the YouTube, I was up to 154, but now I'm back down to 152. But, you know, I broke 150 before the end of the year, I guess. So, what's this mission kit called? Let's see. I don't know, maybe it's a different mission. Because it looks like it's... maybe I'm looking up at the wrong mission. So let's see. What is this one called? The War on Mercenary Day? Let's see, the... Alright, I found a Reddit. Okay, the mission will bring you back up that way. Alright. It's the problem with these games sometimes is that they always have extra hidden stuff, but okay, so... But you never know whether to do it or not. You know. Okay, I'm supposed to be down here somewhere. Thought I saw some guys over here. Yeah, anyways, so we'll see how today goes. The GE dryer guy calls me, I'll run him out a new machine too while I'm at it.
Shut up.
Because I have one that I think would work great for him too, if that one doesn't. But I think, I didn't see anything wrong with that one. And like I said, that it was in her living room. Now, the problem that I was telling you about is that the buzzer is annoying on it. Because they basically... I don't know why it does this, but it's... it's not... It's just the way that it is. There's no... But it has like a buzzer, like a when it gets done or whatever, like some of them do. But then it doesn't like... Instead of like... Oh, there's a ladder over here. There's no wrinkle control button, so the wrinkle control is just always on. So it buzzes once, and then spins some more, and then it buzzes again, and then spins some more, and then it buzzes again. And so whenever she was like, she texted me, she's like, can I get another one? Because this one sucks. I'm like... She's like, it's annoying. I was like, oh yeah, that one, it was annoying, and it's right in your living room. I'm like, I didn't even think about that. Like, for sure. So I was like, well, I can fix yours and bring it back and clean out your vent tube. Because at that point, that one didn't really work that well there either. So I was like, I think your vent tube is bad. I'm like, So I don't know. We'll see what happens here. But the dude said that he had more, he has rentals. So I was like, well, if you need help with those too, let me know. I'll fix them, whatever. Like if you end up being like a long-term customer that gets me lots of business, then I'll cut the rate, you know. That's what I told the last guy too. I was like, that renter guy, I was like, I'll give you a deal because if you're gonna have a lot of machines for me to work on, you know, these rental guys, I don't know why I don't know if there's room, but it seems like there should be room to pay me if they would just okay, it brought me.
Gut says anything worth messing with will be in that server room. It's just past that door.
Ugh, locked.
Ah, crap. Schematics show a duct. Look for a vent to crawl through.
You know, I've got to get used to these machines failing again and going back out and fixing them again. And what I really need to do is realize that it's not my fault, you know, like, and not take it personally. 'Cause there was times where I would take that stuff personally and I'd just have a bad day about it. And it really doesn't do anybody any good to have a bad attitude or a bad day when I know that I did everything that I could do for it. So, like, if that GE is still broken, it's because it sucks. It's not because I didn't, you know, do everything I could. Like, I did everything I could. Maybe there's some other tech out there that would be better than me, that would have known something I didn't know. You know, but I do test them. It's like I go through them and make sure they're all good, and then I run loads, at least 2 loads in them, you know. And with my setup, though, I don't have like these long vent tubes that have been used for 30 or 40 years. Like, my stuff's just a straight pipe out the garage. So, you know, it's cleaned out. It's like, so I don't have those vent tube issues that if it's an airflow issue, you know, like other people might. And so, you know, but I'm not sure why
Looks like you can reach the server room by cutting through cooling.
one dryer would work and not the other dryer. All right, here we go. So now we're up here. So now we can maybe cruise over to this. Okay, this one's not a present anyways. But this one is. So yeah, anyways, it's like it is what it is. But I mean, what I thought it was an airflow issue in
Fan's
the
still
dryer.
running. Gotta find a way past it to get the cooling.
So I cleaned it out really well and then tested it, and it tested good here. So it's a timer too, so it's not like the circuit board would be cycling the heater, you know. So it might. What somebody suggested online was it might be a low temp thermostat turning the heater off too much, which I guess is possible because I didn't check any of that and I didn't replace any of the thermostats. So maybe that's what it is. I don't even know if that's the same dryer from that video though. I guess I could go back and look real quick. Yeah, so, you know, if you're somehow watching this and doing this mission, apparently this is the DLC too. See, I don't even know what's DLC and what's not because I bought the super version of this game or whatever. What am I supposed to be doing? Can I like jam this in there or? I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. I already got up there. Oh, what is that? But the other thing to note is that I'm out of videos, so I don't know if I'm going to put a video up today. I do technically have one that I didn't edit the short yet. So I might log off of here and do that in a minute, but I don't know, we'll see. Because, yeah, so I need to edit a lot of videos today, but I'm trying to teach my kid how to edit videos and pay him to edit them because I really don't like it, you know, but he really doesn't want to learn. And he didn't get everything he wanted for Christmas, and he was kind of whining about it, and I was like, well, you know, if you want, you can get a job and learn how to work, you know, I'll pay you to do this stuff, and, you know, like, but you have to just learn first, right? Like, I'm not going to pay you to learn, you got to have some motivation and do it, and he doesn't want to have any motivation. He's like, it's too hard. I'm like, yeah.
Wait, I got an idea. What's mercenary day without a little
hard.
snow? You'll need to get into the control room.
Yeah, it's too hard to work, to sit at a computer and edit videos, you know? Like, okay, bypass cooling limiting circuit. Put some lights on there. Is that what I have to do? Or do I have to blow the lights out? No. So I'm like, well, alright, I'll try again today. Basically, it's like he's not like, I don't know, you know, I think the first thing I did was I took him too far into the process. So, you know, I'm not like an expert at teaching or whatever, so I didn't teach him enough, or I taught him too much. So I need to slow down and go backwards. And so today I'm just going to do a long editing session with him. You know, it's going to be hard. Part of the problem too is like he's left-handed and I'm right-handed, so it's hard to like, we have to like swap the mouse buttons back and forth. I did have a left-handed mouse, but I think it broke, so I ordered another one, but of course it's not going to get here until, I don't know, the 2nd of January or something. So, yeah. There's that issue. But, you know, it's not that bad. But so we can't just go back and forth. Like, I have to teach him a little bit, and then he does it. Now, I have gotten pretty good at using the left-handed mouse. So, probably what I'll do is just leave it in left-handed, and I'll just use it left-handed, and he can just use it left-handed, and we'll figure it out. But today what I'm going to do is just teach him. So I guess what I'll do is I'll log off of here at some point, and I'll put out the one video that I did to show him, and then for today's video, and then whenever he wakes up, we'll just edit for like 6-7 hours, because I think what he needs to do is get good at editing, and then, you know, and he wants to be a YouTuber too. That's the thing, is it's not just that I'm like trying to get him to do my work. Like, I'm trying to get him to learn how to work. I'm also trying to get him to, you know, if he wants to be a YouTuber, I'm like, well, I'm trying to get him to do his own thing, you know, like not just me dragging him along, right? Like right now, it's like that. It's like sort of, you know, just like, which is fine. Like, I know that's what kids do and that's what they're like or whatever. But yeah. Okay. Bypass cooling circuit limiter, unlock control room. Well, where do I do that at? You don't give me a waypoint. I guess I gotta go find it or what? I'm in the waypoint area. Oh, maybe it's this thing. Deposit. Deposit what? I'm pushing square. Do I not have the thing to deposit? Maybe I have to go find a thing first. What are you doing? So anyways, it's like, that's what I need to do, I guess, is that. Okay, I'm in the waypoint area. I guess I need to find a thing to deposit. Is it up there, maybe? So I want to teach him how to work, you know, and before he becomes of age to work. So, like, when I go send him out at 16 to get a job, he'll be ahead of the game, you know, whatever 16-year-old summer job he gets or whatever to earn money, he'll be ahead of the game. It'll be like, I'm guessing it's in here somewhere. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I wish I would have just done what I was doing now when I was a kid. I wish I would have started a business then instead of waiting. Like, I wish I would have just started a repair business when I was like 20 and just said, you know what, Smith's or the grocery store that I worked at is BS. It's never going to pay right. It's way too much work. It's so much work. Like, just yesterday, I made as much as I would make in 40 hours at that place in one day doing my own business. I'm like, this place is just ridiculous. You know, is that it? How come there we go. Bypass. So, it says throw, but am I supposed to throw it into this thing? Where's the deposit thing at? It was down here somewhere. So is that, you know, like, I wish I just would have done that then. But, yeah, there we go.
Let's cool things down.
Hack cooling system. Okay, so now is this door open? I can come in here and deal with this guy. Is that the idea? Kill myself with this thing. Standing too close to it.
Deactivated.
So anyways, it's like, I wish I just would have started it then. I would have been so far ahead. You know, I don't know if I had the work ethic to do it then. Like, I could barely just work. But it's like the place I was working at gave me, it's so much work to work there. It's like, you know, they don't care. It's like they just like work you to death. They don't care. It's like there's 1 year, like, these two managers, they were like store managers. They like self-deleted, we'll say, right? And all they did was they came out, corporate came out, and they were like, we can't. At that point, they.
As winter comes, the snow doth fall, bringing cheer to yours and mine. There are no free songs about snow, so instead, here's Auld Lang Syne.
So the thing was they figured out that these two were just stressed out because, like, at that point, when you were a manager like that, you were just married to the store, and it's still like that to a large extent, but it's not as bad. I mean, you're talking about these guys are working like 80 hours a week. Like, they're just always there, and their vacations, they don't take them. They just were not taking their vacations ever because the store was their life, you know. And I'm like, I don't know how that happens. It's amazing. I mean, you know, and I work a lot. That's all I do is work, it seems like. But it seems better because I can stop when I want. I can, you know, it's low stress. work on these appliances, because it's like, and especially if I can keep the right mindset like I have right now, where I have these potential problems, you know, like this dude. And the way that I do it too, I don't let anybody know where I live. So, you know, the stress would be that somebody would get mad and come shoot my house up or something because their machine broke, right? Like that'd be like the worst case scenario, but they would have to figure out where I live first, and I don't bring them here. So, you know, I do deliveries, or I make them come, or I meet them in parking lots and stuff like that. Okay, so here's the door. So we did that part. But it's like, you know, so they changed the policy to use your vacation or lose it. Because what these people were doing, what they used to do is they would pay you out every year. If you didn't want to take your vacation, they would just give you money. So they're like, well, now managers, we're not going to do that anymore. So they have to take their vacation. So the idea is sound. It's like, go take your vacation and relieve your stress, you know. They also started making changes in how they did the management, and they calmed down a lot, and so people weren't like just overstressing themselves or whatever, right? And so things started to change for the better. Well, then it stopped again, and it's like you get these certain managers that never want anybody to take a vacation, time off. Like, they don't want to give you your time off. I don't know if it's just that they don't want to write the schedule differently, you know, like you have a set schedule. Well, now they have to come up with somebody to cover your shifts. You know what I mean? And there's no extra people like to do it or whatever. Like they don't want to.
Wonder what he's got on here.
They don't want to hire extra people to do it and have extra people around to solve this problem in an unstressful manner. And, you know, and the thing is that the policies are correct, but the managers don't follow the policies. Because it's like you have these, like, sort of store management that just don't want to write the schedule. They don't want to change the schedule or change how they write it. Every time they have to change the schedule or, you know, fill a shift or cover a shift, it's just they're stressed out about it. You know? It's like, and I get it. It's like Halloween. If 5 people want Halloween off, well, who's going to be there? You know, that's what their point of view is. And it's like, well, then just go off seniority. It's easy. The lowest guy is like, well, look, all these people who have been here for 25 years, for 20 years, they've worked all these Halloweens. So it's your turn. You're the young guy. That's how it is. You know what I mean? Fine. And then when he's there for 20 years, he gets the perks, right? Why not? It's because you're not paying the guy that's been there for 20 years or girl that's been there for 20 years anymore than the young guy. Like, they're making the same amount of money. What's the perks? You know, they got all the experience. Well, they don't do that. And, like, you know, what I always did to solve this problem was just told them to, you know, basically I threw up the deuces. And I was like, look, all right, I'm going to go live my life. So I won't be here. That's what I would say. Like, you know, just close the store. If you can't schedule my shift and that's such a big problem, you know, there's locks on the front door. If you can't run this place without me, I'm going camping. Just close the thing. And when I get back, I'll help you with that problem. Looks like I'm going to have to go. Is there a vending machine near here? I don't know if I should go out and back in. I think I'm probably going to, though. My backpack's full, and I want the loot. I always want the loot, so I'm not going to... We're going to go back. We're going to go unlootify, and then we'll fast travel back over here. But yeah, they just won't, you know, and you get up to... If you get up to the corporate management, then they're like, give him the time off. They're like, what are you doing? Make it work. Make it happen. You know, they're like, they'll tell the store manager, well, you can go work his shift, right? And that's the right thing to do. But the store manager doesn't want to hear that, of course, right? Like, so, but, you know, there's bigger things at play here. People need to take their vacation. Just end up stressed out messes. They're already paying, like, below the poverty level at this place. I'm so glad that I don't work there full time. I still work there part time, but Like, I'm just as bad as everybody else. We're all brainwashed to work there. Like, it's crazy. So, because they're certainly not paying, you know, it's like, I don't know why we need to find a new way. My wife still works there. We need to find a new way. But anyways, it's like, you know, when you do your own business, yes, that's like everybody's your boss, right? That's what they say. They're like, well, if you're running your own business, everybody's your boss. But it is like that, but it's also not. Because it's like, yeah, but I can fire those bosses whenever I want. Like this dude that, you know, his machine's broken, and if they would have paid full price, I would have been over there. I would be over there today fixing it for free. But she haggled, and then, you know, she got me to buy the hoses, and it's like, I already didn't make money on it. Now you want me to go fix it for free again? It's like, well, I need to, you know, advocate for myself here a little bit. And basically, he got 2 machines for the price of one, and one of them broke a month and a half later. Well, you know, maybe that's karma or whatever, saying that you need to pay more. And here's how you're going to do it. I don't know. I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but I'm just saying maybe that's a possibility. You know, I notice sometimes when I sell a machine for too much money, sometimes I put machines on for high amounts and people pay it. But not always, but occasionally I get out of a machine, you know, for a lot more money than I am into it, basically. And then it breaks, and then I have to drive over there the next day and fix it again. That happens sometimes, and I think of maybe it is just, you know, God being like, well, you needed to work a little more for that money, so here you go. And it's all right. I don't complain. I go get it done. So, you know, it is what it is, but maybe that's what this is. I don't know. So, but, you know, the old me, back in the day when I first sort of was doing this business, I would be like feeling really bad right now that dude's dryer didn't just work forever. And it's like, I don't know why these machines just break. It's just what it is. I shouldn't really feel bad about it, but, you know, that's the extent of the stress. Everything else is like, you know, it's just a matter of communication. And, you know, I run into a lot of funny situations that are just like, well, like I had this happen in my own house, right? Like this, there's the ice maker on the fridge, and, you know, it just stops working one day. And I'm like, what the, you know? So I like start going through it, and I'm I start with the water inlet valve, because that I have one, because when I first got the machine, the fridge, I plugged it in and the ice maker wouldn't work, and I metered power to the water inlet valve. So I thought I knew it was getting power, but it wasn't turning on. And I think I must have metered the wrong valve, because there's obviously the water valve. I don't know why I thought it was getting power. Maybe I messed up. So I bought one, because the ice maker wasn't making ice like a day after I got it. Well, for whatever reason, don't ask me why, but after a day of it being plugged in, so I bought one and it was on the way. Well, after a day of being plugged in, the thing started making ice. And I'm like, well, that's weird. So it's like it took a whole day before it even started to make the. I don't know why. I don't know why I metered power there. Maybe I was just like, well, this thing's cheap. I'll just try it and see. Because, you know, it can be hard to meter power there because you don't know when it's calling for water to put in the machine. You know, and I found out later that there is a test button. Like, I'm not the best at fridges, all right, and I should have researched more, but that's why I get these machines and put them in my house, too, so I can fix them. But anyways, so, you know, it works for like 6 months, and then one day it just stops working. I'm like, huh, so I start going through it, and I'm like, well, I have a water inlet valve, so I put that on to see if that just fixes it, and it doesn't. No, it did. It filled the ice thing up one time after I did that. So I thought I fixed it. I was like, oh, cool, it's making ice again. Well, it fills it up one time, and then it stops again. And I'm like, oh, sweet. So I'm looking online and I look up the code. And the code isn't making any sense because it has a diagnostic code, right? So I look that up, and it's basically like, why can't I sell this? Oh, it's favorited. Why is that favorited? Oh, that's that SMG. I don't think I need it though.
You drive a hard bargain.
So anyways, so I'm like looking up the code, and the code is about the motor of the machine, of the actual ice machine. Let me sell these now. So basically, it's about the motor. But I push the test button and the motor turns. And so I'm like, how could the motor be bad? It's turning, like I can see it turning. It puts the little arm down. There's an arm that it puts down to sense when the ice thing is full, right? All of that works perfectly when I push the test button. And then when I push the test button, it fills with ice, it fills with water, and it will plop out one tray of ice every time. Like if I push the test button, it plops out one tray of ice. It fills up with water, and it plops one out. So I'm like, the ice maker part is working perfectly. So I'm like, is the circuit board bad? Well, I start looking it up, and there's a heater on the little bit of hose that goes into the freezer, before the ice maker, because I guess they figure that will ice up, so they put a heater on it, a defrost, right? So I check that, it tests good, and then I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I'm just looking at the ice maker itself at this point, because I'm like, okay, I've tested the heater. I know the motor works. I know the ice maker works. And like, I know the inlet valve is good. So I have nothing else to test. Like the circuit board's bad, right? That's where you end up as an appliance tech. You're like, you test all these components, and it's like, well, the circuit board must be bad. And how do you test that? You could basically like wait for it to call for ice, and then test whether it's sending power to the water inlet valve, for instance, right? At that point. And then is it sending power to the motor when it's supposed to, or whatever? And I don't even know if this thing's controlled by the circuit board, or if it's just got an internal control on the actual ice maker. But then I'm looking at the ice maker, and there's that arm, okay? It's like this, like, right? There's like an arm that comes down to touch the ice to know when it's full of ice. Well, I'm looking at this thing, and it looks like it's supposed to be behind a piece of plastic like this, but it's in front of it like this. Like, so I'm like, and it's kind of like kinked over like this, and I don't know why I didn't see this the first time. And basically, as it goes down, it doesn't go down enough to fix itself, to put it back where it's supposed to. And basically, it's running into this thing. So I think what has happened is it will go down and come back up, and then it doesn't come all the way back up because it's on the wrong side of this piece of plastic. So I'm like, well, I just pushed it down and put it back to where it was supposed to be. And it's been working ever since. So that's the thing, is like you run into these things where it's like, how do you... And I think basically what happened was at some point somebody was taking the whole big ice machine out, or the tub out, right, of what holds the ice, because it's on a door. And this arm happened to be down, and they snagged it with the ice tub and dragged it over, and it sprung up on the other side of the plastic. It's like, how do you know that stuff is gonna happen, right? I mean, how, like, it's like that, there's not gonna be a manual or any video online, and then unless like I'll make a video about it, but you know what I mean? Like, nobody's ever gonna tell you that sort of stuff. And this stuff happens. Well, I have another customer from yesterday who texts me. She said her belt breaks every once in a while. I'm like, I don't even know how to fix that. So I told her, I'm like, well, you'd probably be better off just getting a new machine. I'm like, because I've never encountered that before, but I could come investigate, is what I told her. I'm like, I could come see. Maybe I can find something that looks weird because I do fix a lot of dryers. So she's like, well, let me talk to my husband. And I'm like, if you're sick of that thing, let me know. I'll come check it out. So I don't know, that job might happen today too. I'll run her over a machine, I'll grab her old machine. But it's another issue of like, how do you diagnose that? Is she putting the wrong, she said she replaced the rollers and the pulleys and the belt obviously, but is she putting the wrong kit on? Like I have a machine right now that I take it apart and it's got the wrong bearings on it. So at some point somebody bought the wrong bearings and put them on there, and it's making all this noise because the bearings are wrong, and it's pushing the drum into, the bearings are bigger than they're supposed to be, and so it's pushing the drum into areas it's not supposed to be, and it just makes noise. So I buy the right bearings, put them on there, and now it's quiet. It's like this stuff is made. It's made like it's made, right? Like it's made to have certain bearings on it. So, but it's just situations like that. Is like, how do you sort of, account for that? It's just like, how do you, or like the other dryer I had that I never even figured out what was wrong with it. I didn't charge the guy, but he hooked the wiring up wrong. He must have blown up the motor. But the thing is, I always say that, but the motor tested good. Everything tested good. Like the motor had an ohm reading, meaning it wasn't open circuit. But maybe it was open circuit enough. Or like yesterday, right? Like I went and tested a thermal fuse. I did a thermal fuse on somebody's dryer yesterday, and it tested good, but it was a high ohm rating. It was, like 2K or something, which normally they just are open circuit. But I put a new one on, and sure enough, it worked. So I'm like, well, if you need a new one, let me know. What is that thing? Why is there only like one guy over here? You know what I mean? Is that some sort of sniper that I missed? Because it didn't respawn any of the guys. So anyways, I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you, lady. Like, I put a new one on. I looked at her vent tube and everything, and I was like, everything seems fine. Sometimes those things just go out. So I told her, I was like, if it gives you trouble again, I'll just come right back over here and we can swap out dryers. Because I pretty much always have those kind of dryers that she has anyways. So it's like, I'll just do that. But yeah. $5:30. Okay, let's try to get this mission done, and then I'm gonna have to go. I have to stop streaming here and go put that video up so I can at least get today's video out. Because I've been doing a video every day for a long time, and I'm still not caught up. Hopefully I'll get caught up soon. And that was kind of the idea too, with being able to hire my kid to do it, is that it could free me up to make more money, Like I could be fixing machines while he's editing for me, right? And that would be good. So it looks like these guys respawn for whatever reason. But yeah, he could get paid, and since it frees me up to make more money, then I can pay him, That's the idea. And I don't know what the child labor laws are for your own kids. So hopefully I'm not incriminating myself by doing this, but Maybe I could call it his allowance. I
Using
don't
my
know.
computer? Do not look in the folder marked taxes.
So much on Rush's family here. His dad, too. He's gotta see this.
Friends and guns. Friends and guns.
Oh, the down you are about to go.
Should have beat this mission on Christmas. Should have just kept going, I guess. But yeah. You know, so you run into these situations like this where it's like, I don't know why your dryer keeps eating its belt. There's something wrong. You know, maybe it's the wrong idler bearing and it's just eating it. Said she's put like 5 belts on it. She just put one on in November and it's December and it's bad again. I'm like, well, let me come check it out then, you know. I told her I could come over there today. So it's like I'll go over there and see what's what. See what's going on here. With it. Where is that badass? Just disappeared. Right when I'm trying to shoot it.
I also feel nothing.
Rail liner. Like, I wonder if this DLC stays here. You know what I mean? Oh, this is gonna get me. Well, I got second winded somehow. Maybe I need to throw this thing. Not sure if it will be enough or what, but. Come on. Couple badasses there.
Death to a life imitated.
You know, because like I can fix these machines over and over again, and I'll never
My sense of blown
run into that ice maker problem again, probably. Or the other guy's dryer that I had a few weeks ago, where I don't know why, but the motor plug melted off. Never had that happen before either. I've fixed lots and lots of those dryers and never seen that issue. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's just weird. Like, why did that happen? I don't know. I just think it's like at some point somebody didn't plug it back in all the way, and so it just sat there half connected and worked until it, you know, overamped the wiring because there wasn't a good connection and melted it. I guess it's just like it was the heater wires. It's on the heat coil, so you know I get the heat coil wires melted sometimes too. It just happens every once in a while. So there was the guy up there. It's like the pet got him. So you know what I mean? It's just like that's the way it is, I guess. It's, some of this stuff is. Why is there guns up here? Make me come up here for the loot.
Every few months, some bolter tries to revive gift exchange holidays. And Daddy says I get to keep all the presents. It's true, the meaning of Mercenary Day is family, so long as that family gives you very many gifts. I got more than one scar from people like this screw. Thinks the world owes him something. My dad used to say, oh hell, of all days I've tried not to think about losing him, but sorry, go do what you do best.
Unlock exit door. But yeah, it's like I don't know. I don't know how everybody else handles these specific issues. If they like, you know, if they just like will go through and just tell people like, well, I can't help you. I don't know what's wrong with it, or you know, like what they do, because they can't fix them all. You know, like the way that I've been handling it is, I just take a machine over there with me, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll try to fix yours, and if I can't fix it, or then I'll just sell you this one, right? But I know not everybody just does it the way I do it, I guess. They just go try to fix them, so if they can't fix them, then I guess they just charge for diagnostic, or do they just not get paid for that job? Like, I don't know what they do. You know, but I can't imagine that they're going around not getting paid. Like, I know one guy I heard about, he charges, you know, it's like a certain amount just to even get him to your door. And then it just is going to go up after that. And I know I'm not charging as much as I should, but I basically need clients first. I need long-term customers. And, you know, yeah. So, but I did I upped my rate to what I think it should be now. So now I'm just, every new customer is going to get that rate. You know, and when the old ones call me back, they're going to get that rate. Okay, what am I supposed to be doing here? Supposed to be unlocking some door, but I don't see where. I'm in the waypoint area. Or is there something? Oh, there we go.
Last chance to pray.
Nobody loves you! Everyone on this planet is a nerd, except for me and Daddy. You can't even say Merry Mercenary Day anymore! Under no circumstances should you spread Mercenary Day truth. It is to be hoarded and gifted to the Timekeeper, you socialist! The Timekeeper loves you, but that doesn't
Oh,
mean
it's supposed
I
to get up there.
If you can hear this, nobody loves you! Everyone on this planet is a nerd, except for me and you.
On to the next one.
I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to get up there or what. It's too tall for that. I don't see any ladders. There's a cliff over here, I'm pretty sure. So that's not it. But yeah. Supposed to jump on this thing and hover over there somehow. Like, maybe. Nope. Yeah, so I don't know. The new year, because I'm not going to stream again before the new year now. So, but basically, I have a plan for that too. Like, I have a new, I'm going to go back to. I've started looking at sheds. So, the plan for the new year is to make as much money as I can with the business. Save all that money, and it's just going to go towards the Blazer. I mean, and I might need $3,000 to get the transmission rebuilt. The first thing I'm going to do is just, I'll just, I need to diagnose it. So, make sure that the transmission's actually bad. And maybe it's not, I don't know. But it probably is. It's been sitting since 2019. Maybe earlier than that. But, so, and then I'm going to need a new rear end, I think. And I might be able to get a junkyard transmission, throw that in it again. $600. That's how it was $600 last time. I don't know if it still is going to be that easy or not, but, if that'll work, then that'll be pretty easy. I could just do that now, and it's just a matter of doing it. And then the other thing I'm going to do with that is I'm going to make the kids do it with me too. So they're going to have to do it, because that's kind of the point, is that they need to learn how cars work too. What happened? I don't understand where I went. Where I was supposed to go here. Okay, it was there. Alright, so I got here. So I think I need to... Oh, I need to be here. Okay, then I got more of this stuff here. Okay. So...
That's all the propaganda tower's taken care of. Thanks for clearing the airwaves, outbounder.
Would you like to know what Daddy's greatest gift to me was? A data scraper! Only I can pierce the cosmos and access the galactic EchoNet! I've read about you, Vex. The killer siren. Did you know your father moved on? Had another kid? This one doesn't mass murder people.
Shut up.
Guess I don't get credit for killing those cratches. A cratch or whatever for the mission. I don't know, the boss fight on this might have to go another time. Because I think I gotta go edit. Gotta get these videos up. Maybe I'll be able to get back on later today. Yeah, because I think I'm going to call it here, go get something to eat, and it looks like I'm probably close to the end anyways. I mean, I got to go around. Maybe there's still more. I don't know, but I'm going to go do something else, so thanks for watching.